Welcome, everybody. It's the Todd and Erin morning stream at GetPartDaily.com. Thanks for joining us. Would you please get off the cupcakes? I'm on a diet. You're on a diet. We're on diets. And then they do this on Fridays. It's just mean.
No, it's our wonderful Nancy. She's the head writer here
that evil temptress.
GetPartDaily.com, and she's the one who always remembers people's birthdays and does birthday
Oh.
Which is why we love Nancy for many reasons.
It's
but that's
horrible.
A good one.
She's
Sorry,
evil. Hey, coming up, we got some great stories today. We've got
Elizabeth Smart's talking about the kids in California, the 13 little ones who were basically tormented by their parents.
Yes.
She is so inspiring because not only is she intelligent, but she's incredibly persuasive and she's incredibly positive. The way she puts things, gives you enormous hope. So I'm excited to see what she said.
And since we're going in a wholesome fashion, a helpful fashion, the governor has introduced a new system for prevention for teen suicide, which is a big deal. This is a big deal.
It's huge and it's serious. We are way above the national average. And then, of course, we have the entire B section of the show today dedicated to, hey, y'all, watch this. I saved every video of every moron I could find. It's
stupid people doing stupid things.
And then the teenage hooligan dare who are terrorizing our neighborhood.
No, terrorizing her. Before we go forward.
They're depriving of my right.
Before we go, start this thing, I would like to say that we're both on diets and we've been helping each other, coaching each other, which is like really good, right? And that's good, but I have a very straightforward question for you. Did you eat a cupcake?
No.
I'm going to ask one more time. Did you eat a cupcake?
Does that expression work on Zoe?
Does it?
It doesn't work on me either. No.
No. Okay, I will now hold up Exhibit A. Exhibit A. That's just. And now.
No, how could you do that?
That's Exhibit B right there.
How could you use that? What is
Exhibit
wrong
A,
with you?
Exhibit B.
Oh my gosh! I hate you both. I hate you both. No. There needs to be some periods of like decency and privacy in our studio. There has to be some. And okay, I would like to point out that is a very difficult cupcake to eat in a decent way.
Tony.
Laughing.
Oh my gosh.
Richard, I'm going to hold this against you. Pretty much. Really?
I think you and I have to do some counseling. Okay. I think there's.
Yeah, we're not working from a position of trust anymore. That's
no, we're not. That's for sure.
Yeah. I would never do that.
Caught red-handed.
No, it was more like that. Actually, is what it was.
All right, there's the new Google app we were playing around with last night. You've probably seen it. You match your face, selfie, and a famous painting. They match you to one. Who's first?
It was me, and okay. I don't see it, but I absolutely love this painting, so I'm fine with it. This is from me,
Girl
France.
with flowers.
Girl with flowers, and it's beautiful. Yours, you had to go and do silly faces. So yours looks more stern, and there's a level of gravitas and Dutchness or something.
You know, I look like a person who is just put into a mental asylum. And it's not like I've been there. It's like the first day, and I haven't adjusted, and the meds haven't kicked in yet. That's what that looks like.
Well, then there's Daisy. I don't think they got Daisy right, but the girl is pretty, so that's good. But Daisy has that lush mouth that's just like so gorgeous, and you need a painting where there's just a lovely, and it's a Renoir, which is nice because she is very, very.
Erin's saying you have a lush mouth.
She does.
Right, not a luscious mouth, a lush.
No, but like the beautiful
robust.
Pouty lips and stuff. They're so pretty.
She says thank you.
Well, it's true.
All right. And
so yeah, it's like Todd was disappointed because we tried to take a picture of the dog.
If you have a dog, our dog's black. But if you have a light-colored dog, I bet you it would work.
That it would discern the features.
Put it on Facebook. We want to see it. And by the way, good morning to everybody.
Yes, hello.
On Facebook.
Okay, Elizabeth Smart. Now, like I said, I have such admiration for her, and I think she's an amazing girl, amazing young woman. Sorry.
Right.
But she was talking. She was talking the other day because of these 3 children, these 13 siblings who had just been found in California with their mentally ill parents who had basically tortured them for life, and the parents are genuinely perplexed about why they're in jail.
They thought the
which tells you something.
29-year-old was a teenager because they were so malnourished.
And the 17-year-old girl who managed to escape, they thought she was 10.
Right.
This is really interesting. She was talking to the Today Show, but she also did a beautiful Facebook post where she said, I don't feel they disturb the title of parent. Parents are people who love you, protect you, and fight for you to the better end. To the 17-year-old girl who broke free and called 911, you are a hero, brave and courageous. Don't let anyone make you think otherwise. And for everyone watching or reading their story, before you ask the question that begins with the words, why didn't you stop?
Right.
Victims rarely, if ever, hear the question. They hear, you should have,
Right.
you didn't try hard enough.
Right.
None of us have the right to be a backseat driver here and
Right.
say what they should have done or what you would have done. The truth is simple. They
Right.
survived. And none of us know what we would have done because none of us are them. And she said to those brave siblings, know that there's many prayers being said for you from Utah.
I heard her talk yesterday, and the thing about surviving was the key point. You weren't thinking about escaping. You were thinking about you're in this situation. You're in shock. You're just trying to survive.
Well, and especially...
And that lasts for weeks for her.
This is the
and
thing with these
months.
monsters, is that they literally base your survival on them and their
Right.
whims and their madness. And so you're supposed to alter your behavior to fit that madness long enough so you can survive and hope that you can be saved.
Great words, though.
I'm so glad
Great
she said
words.
that because it's absolutely true. You can't second guess something like that, and I'm just so glad the kids are free. Sadly, there's no extended family that's come forward to adopt them or take them in, even though they have parents and such. So
You watch.
But no,
Someone's going to step up.
No,
all 13.
they're working on it now. They're working to
Two-year-old.
see if the older kids could maybe able to take care of the youngers.
Oh, that's true. 29, right?
But you have to remember the damage that's been done.
Yeah.
It may be a long time before they're
Yeah.
capable of being able to take care of themselves. But
They need.
But they're going to do it. It'll be okay.
They
and
need
they
a
have each other.
village.
They have each other.
They need a village.
So, moving on.
People are starting to make plans. I know it's like 54 degrees today. We got some rain coming in this afternoon, though.
Right.
But people are starting to make plans. Where you're going to go? How much it's going to cost? Where you're going to fly? And I guess we've got a new way for you to save money.
Nobody saves money like a Utah. That's because we all have 300 children and we're poor. Emily Holt, this is so cool. She started an Instagram account called Flights from Home. And she posts all these airfare deals with departures from Salt Lake International Airport.
Right.
100,000 followers, by the way.
How many?
And it's 100,000.
And she's from here.
Yeah. And she has amazing deals like round trip from Salt Lake to Shanghai for $400 or Salt Lake to New Zealand or Australia for $410.
How?
These
Why?
are the deals that she can find. She said she's a big fan of Google Flights. And she says you have to be willing to be flexible. If you're flexible, you can be a little bit more spontaneous about when you leave and when you come back.
So you're like in the tub, you get the alert on your phone, you're naked, running to your car, getting to the airport.
Not quite that bad, but she said also go broader. She said, for instance, maybe you do want to see Paris, but she said if you put Europe into your search, then it gives you 5 or 6 different choices. They're all pretty close to each other, and if you can land in one airport for $1,000 less than another, why wouldn't you do it? So it was pretty interesting. She had some really good ideas, and Google Flights price graph shows when to find the cheapest fares. And so it's a good idea to go down and take a look at the price tracking feature on it. So that's something I actually thought about you and I trying to do, because that was pretty cool.
It is cool.
So anyway, Clever Girl, you can go and visit her on Instagram. And once again, the name of her Instagram account is Flights from Home.
Erin,
$400 to Australia.
I know, right? Erin is quite the walker. You walk on a daily basis because, well, you eat cupcakes.
Some things will never be forgotten.
And deny it
I was trying to save you so
to
you wouldn't
her
have to suffer.
husband, father of her children.
Really? No, Richard, no! You're a very bad person. You are a bad person. Richard is our photographer who's in the back right now, manning the system, and I hope he dies a painful, horrible death.
Oh, Exhibit B right there, Exhibit B.
Moving back to the deer. They've begun to terrorize our neighborhood.
Erin comes back, and at this time of year, every time this year she comes back, it kind of gets out of breath into the door and shuts the door behind and leans against it. And I said, what's going on?
It's the teenage hooligan deer.
Shall we?
Now, these aren't the mature, older deer that are like all chill and everything, and they stay up in the mountains. These are the young hooligan deer that are like the juveniles. They're like maybe 2 seasons, and they're like feeling their oats, and they're all like, get up in my face.
If they had pants, they'd be down low.
Oh, yeah, the totally come at me bra kind of attitude. And so they'll be sitting there like in the middle of the street or the trail, and then they look at you like you're bothering them.
Here, watch.
Okay, so this is what I mean. I just accidentally walked into these. Yeah, and look at the teenage hooligan deer, giving me the stink eye like I'm totally interrupting their day. Unfortunately, they have like 3 or 4 bucks, so just in case they want to get cranky. Literally, like 4 feet away from me, and look at those faces. I'm interrupting their day. Really, guys? Really? And I know you've been eating that tree. Look at those trees. You're not even embarrassed, are you? Yeah, they don't care. All right, I'll move since you guys won't. How's that? Ugh, honestly. Oh, and there he is, right in my path again.
Yeah.
Seriously. I mean, they're as close as 5 feet away, and they just look at me like, I'm not moving, you move. And I'm like, okay,
It's
I'm
so
on the road
funny.
here. Go up in the mountains. No, and we're not. I mean, just that whole attitude.
If you've been around deer a lot, they do that stiff front leg thing where it makes their chest come out and they're like, oh, yeah, I'm tough. Yeah, I am. That's my deer impression, by the way. This is my tick. This is my iguana. This is my hedgehog. This is my deer. I'm working on a collection. I'm thinking Vegas, maybe a 2-week stint. Something great like that. So anyway, we have information coming up.
Yeah, that's with Daisy. She's in the Get Bar Daily newsroom. She is brought to you by Always Black Friday, where you get 30 to 75% off every day. I see their new store in Ogden. By the Denali Performance Clinic, you can get rid of all of those miserable joint injuries and pain and your incessant migraines, and they can do it without opioids too. And All Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. This is a good time to save hundreds on your bills by making sure that your energy costs go down if you check out your furnace at allutahplumbing.com. Daisy, my dear, what's going on today?
Good morning, everyone. Here's what's making news on Friday, January 19th on GephartDaily.com. Utah kidnapping survivor Elizabeth Smart is sending a message of hope to the 13 siblings rescued from a California home this week after allegedly being held hostage for years by their parents. Smart was just 14 in June of 2002 when she was abducted by a religious fanatic from her home in Salt Lake City. She was held captive for 9 months. Smart, who is now married with 2 children, was interviewed by ABC News on Wednesday and promised the siblings, ages 2 to 29, that they can go on to have wonderful lives. I would want them to know that they survived, they did it, and that life is not as dark and terrible as it has been for probably their entire life, Smart said in the interview. There is happiness in the future, and they can go on to have wonderful lives. This does not have to be the rest of their lives. They're the ones who decide. After reviewing 238 proposals from across the United States, Canada, and Mexico, Amazon on Thursday announced 20 locations as finalists for the company's second headquarters, and Utah did not make the cut. The new project will bring an estimated 50,000 jobs and more than $5 billion in investments to the city where it opens. It will be a full headquarters like the company's first one in Seattle. Cities and areas that made the cut include Atlanta, Austin, Boston, Chicago, Dallas, Denver, Los Angeles, Miami, New York City, Philadelphia, and Washington, D.C. And Salt Lake City police have now talked to 5 people who may have information about an assault that put one man in hospital with serious injuries over the weekend. Officers released a photo and asked for the public's help identifying those who may have information about the fight at the Jackalope Lounge on 372 South State Street. Authorities said the group doesn't deny there was a fight, and now police are trying to figure out if it rises to the level of a crime. And time now for your Wasatch Front forecast, brought to you by Brio Technologies, Utah's coolest audiovisual specialists. We have one more day of 50-degree weather before temperatures take a dive into the mid-30s Saturday. Rain and snowstorms could move in later today, with a snowstorm even more likely Saturday. The weather stabilizes next week with sunny weather expected, but the new normal will be temperatures in the high 30s and low 40s. That's it for now. For more news 24/7, go to GephartDaily.com. Todd and Erin, back to you.
Hey, thank you, Daisy. Want to tell you about All Utah Plumbing. All Utah Plumbing, $2,000 off right now on the set if you replace your furnace and your AC at the same time, because they do work together. You're going to save $2,000 there. You're also going to get a free air scrubber, because who doesn't need cleaner air, which adds up to $3,200, and that basically gets you your stuff, your furnace, for free. More information, go to allutahplumbing.com. And magically, guess who is here?
He really is magical.
Oh!
Hi, Tony. How are you, honey?
How's
you.
doing?
Here, scoot in this way.
Tony,
2 days is too long to not see you guys.
I think so. Tony Abbott,
That's
outdoor
what our parole
adventurer,
officer says.
world traveler, and of course founder of the Outdoor Show. Now, you guys are doing this March 8th through the 10th, right?
9th and 10th are the actual show days, yes.
Okay, cool.
We'll set up and do those types of things. So, yeah, they make me rent it for the whole week.
Oh man, it's amazing. And it's down at UVU.
We should do a sleepover or go-kart races.
I got
Yeah,
10.
right? You got the whole building.
Yeah, it's UVU campus. It's at the UCCU Center. It's great parking right
Okay.
off the freeway.
Yeah, you're
Billboards are going to start going. People are going to get tired of seeing me, especially because I'm with you guys.
It's already
No.
happened.
You're the most photogenic part of the show right now. Trust me on that. So, do you have who's coming right now? I mean, we've been talking about vendors because you still have a few spots open, but who
I'll
have you
tell
found
you what,
so far?
last year for a first-time vendor, I had Mountain West Trailers. They're out of Heber City.
Oh, fun.
They sell all sorts of different trailers.
What kind of trailer?
Like jumping jack trailers and
Oh,
things
right,
of this
right,
nature.
right.
They rolled in last year to give us a try because, we weren't the biggest expo. We're kind of new.
Right.
They walked out of that show and said, where do we sign up for next year?
Have fun.
Well, how many vendors do you have? I don't think people realize. When you said
This is a big thing.
wasn't as big last year? How many vendors?
Well,
do you
we'll
have?
have about a total of 220 booth spaces.
Wow.
Okay.
This is
now
a big
vendors
deal.
will be 150 to 160 because some
Right.
people take 2 or 3. I've got to have like 20 for you guys because of all your
Well, yeah.
fans.
Yeah, of
both
course.
of them.
Yeah.
All 2.
They're just huge. But anything with outdoors, any running companies, beef jerky, camping, fire pits,
Absolutely.
trips, guided trips, family trips.
You know what's come on strong too? Every year I get more and more is the county tourism department. So
Interesting.
Kane County, Dinosaur, Moab. Well, because they want to come and promote, hey, what do we have in our
Yeah,
county?
stay in Utah.
So
Seriously,
if someone
much.
rolls in, we got a boating company that's coming now that rents boats. I didn't know you could rent boats.
Yeah.
Did you? You can rent boats.
As
love
opposed to
that.
having them sit in your driveway and never be used.
I'm a captain.
You
No.
are.
Yeah, I run a fishing boat in Alaska every summer. Love to have you guys up. We catch halibut and salmon and rockfish.
Is it for
For a lodge.
tourism?
Yeah.
Or-
It's for a friend that owns a lodge, Pybus Point Lodge. They're one of the big
No
supporters.
freaking way.
They'll be there at times. We've given these trips away. We do some giveaway.
Hon, I'm going to be going away a little bit with Tony.
You're leaving me for Tony, aren't you? Don't
Pretty
lie to me.
much. Yeah. You're the one who ate the cupcake. Who do I
Pybus is
trust?
Who
do I trust?
I did see the
Oh,
cupcake
speaking of
deal.
who do we trust, when you were here a couple days ago on Wednesday, we were talking about one of your new adventures. You guys are going to Thailand.
Oops.
And as I recall, you were very enthusiastic about your trip.
Why's the
I know
face?
people watch your show.
Why? What's going on?
Well, there's about 4 of us that were taking a business trip to Thailand, right?
Business trip.
And one of my friends, his lovely wife, Belinda, who is obviously, she's one of my favorite friends of
I
all
love
my
you,
wives.
Belinda.
She's the greatest.
Right.
She caught on air that I was going and Andrew put this together and her husband Ryan was going and she's like, that's my number 1 bucket list item and you're not going, to her husband. Belinda. It's business, and it's me. And if me and Ryan are together, it's fun. And by the way, he'll be real grouchy if he doesn't go. Okay.
Belinda, I'll go with you.
maybe
I'll
Belinda
carry your
could
bags.
go.
I'll help you carry stuff.
He'll go shopping.
Go
Belinda,
shopping.
honestly, she's like the ultimate wife. She really, Ryan does everything, but she said, you know what, this is the one thing.
I know.
So
you
I
have to
call
take
Ryan
her.
today. I'm like, Ryan,
She knows.
this is what she wanted to do, and you haven't taken her. This is on you, not her.
Right.
Good point. See, at least you know where to lay the blame. I think that's important.
Good job.
All right, now we don't have a lot of time left before you have to close the vendors list. Where do they go if they want to get more information
So
about doing this with you?
thebigoutdoors.com, thebigoutdoors.com. It's that simple. In fact, on Google search page right now, if you put
Boom.
Utah Outdoor Expo, I'm like number 1 on the list.
All right.
BigOutdoors.com.
And I'll tell you what, booths are cheap. And this one, if you don't mind me saying, a 10 by 10 booth, if you're on the top floor, it's $400.
Oh, my
If you're
gosh.
on the bottom floor, it's $600. Pipe and drape, Wi-Fi, table chairs,
Well, let's just
Wow.
ocean.
Let's just
it's
get one
everything.
there and just get hammocks and sleep.
I got a hammock company. They'll
We're
be
on
there.
There we
Display.
go. We're all
You guys,
set.
you guys are awesome.
This is gonna be
Seriously,
so
I'm excited.
fun.
It's gonna be a good weekend. I'm gonna go do some outdoor stuff. I hope you guys are gonna do something fun.
All right. Very cool.
We'll see
Tony.
you next week.
All right.
I know, this-
Who's the best?
Yeah, you of
She
course
is.
mocking me with the cupcake.
Thanks, y'all.
All right. We'll be right back.
All right, we're back. It's the Todd and Erin morning stream here on GephartDaily.com. Always Black Friday. I love these guys because that's actually where I ended up getting Todd's Christmas present. And it's one of those places when they've got something, they've got something. They had these beautiful high-end shoes and boots for ridiculous prices. And they had, I mean, just amazing, amazing deals on like bedding and drones and electronics, everything you could want. So you want to go head up on this store. It's always Black Friday.
Tell me something good.
Tell me something good.
I will tell you something
This is good.
Plus, I get to use my French.
Oui?
Pardon my French. No, so here's the deal. Hockey players. How do hockey players get along with the other team?
Isn't it usually like a fairly fierce rivalry? Like,
There's beatings.
I will knock your front teeth out. Oh, wait, there are.
This is where they had a lot of bridge work. This is where the band Five for Fighting. That's where it came from. You fight, you get 5 minutes in the penalty box.
Oh, funny.
So anyway, Milwaukee Admirals and their player Pierre Cedric Lebris was sitting there, and he was really nervous because 276 miles, and I said it, 276 miles away was his wife in labor.
Oh, man. Oh, that's no stress at all.
He's out there. He gets the call when he's already at the rink, and people are suiting up, and so he's like, okay, made some calls. There's no buses. He doesn't have a car. He's on the road. No buses, no planes, what is he going to do? Well, usually,
that's so rough.
usually the players, when they get on the ice, they just pound each other in the face,
Sure.
check each other into the boards, and try to brain damage the other
As
person.
much as humanly possible.
Well, the goalie for the other team heard about this, and Tom McCullen, he said, hang on a second. And so the player, starting to strip his stuff off because it's like he doesn't know what he's going to do. He's going to have to do something. He takes his stuff like that, and the goalie from the other team walks in, still all suited up, and throws him the keys to his truck.
Oh, that's so cool.
Throws him the keys to his truck.
Get on the road. Get home. See your wife.
He got home.
That is so cool.
He got there at 6:20. She had her baby at 6:45.
If you had left me alone, if I had been in labor with the twins and you weren't there,
Oh my
I don't know
gosh.
what I would have done.
Six-
Look how cute she is, and look at the little baby, and look at
Oh
him.
my gosh.
He just looks giddy, like I barely made
It looks, it's fake here, but the baby has as many teeth as Dad does.
Just to say, yeah.
Playing hockey.
That is a gorgeous picture.
Isn't
oh my
that
gosh.
cute? So another player takes up, saves the day as a goalie.
And
Get
that's
it?
a rival. I mean, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's so cool. All right, Christopher's, we wanted to thank everybody for watching the Todd and Erin morning stream, because really that nausea and that rash, that's a lot to ask of you. So fortunately, we also had Christopher's Prime Steakhouse, which is totally
Looks
luxe.
so good.
We send you and 3 of your delightful friends, and you can have a great time, a relaxing night. You get to talk and eat and laugh and do all the stuff you haven't done forever. So all you have to do to enter to win is to drop a comment on one of the shows on our Facebook pages. It could be on the Gephardt Daily Facebook page, Gephardt Approved, or here on the Todd and Erin page if you want to be part of the community. Welcome. And then we draw every Friday, such as today, where we congratulate Katrina Crocker Wilson. Congratulations, sweetheart. Yes, you're going to dinner. You get to take 3 people you like. We're very happy for you.
All right, so coming up, the entire segment Erin has put together, and it's dedicated to those videos that all start off with, here, hold my beer. It's coming up next.
The Todd and Erin morning stream is brought to you by UtahCreditApproval.com. Bad things happen to good people, but you can get your credit back on track and get a reliable automobile by giving them a call. 801-404-7201. And also by Columbus Travel with spectacular deals on cruises and all-inclusive vacations. Go to ColumbusVacations.com. And all Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air, where they have a winter special that they can check out your furnace and make sure that it's operating efficiently, saving you hundreds of dollars in energy bills. Just go to allutahplumbing.com. Did you know that you can catch the Todd and Erin morning stream on Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud, and GephartDaily.com any time of the day or night?
At Always Black Friday, we love a good deal. We buy new and used products at a discount so we can pass on the savings to you. And we're Gephardt approved. From electronics to clothing to appliances. If you want it, we have it at discount prices. Visit our eBay store or come to our warehouse at 865 West 12th Street in Ogden. Always Black Friday, where you can find Black Friday deals all year round.
Happy Black Friday! Look, Erin, it's your computer.
Well, that image is actually surprisingly accurate given the fact that we're about to go into the "Hey, y'all, watch this" segment, and especially for this first story.
Well, this is funny because this guy, YouTube has driven people to be stupider than they.
Why are you doing a close-up of the mic?
Because it's the little red light is interesting. Look at that. So anyway, I'm going to put this down. So anyway, the deal is that YouTube has taken normally like borderline people into Crazyville because it's like it forces them to make videos. It forces them to step up and press the boundaries of their intelligence.
But it doesn't take long to cross the boundaries. Jonathan Grant Thompson and Tiffany Burgess in South Jordan are now being charged with a felony. Police were alerted to the situation back in June when investigators received a tip from a concerned neighbor saying, look, this guy's making and exploding bombs in his backyard for his YouTube channel, and I'm really tired of my fence getting blown apart. I'm guessing that's probably how the conversation went. So they actually did respond to his house when they got another call from hysterical people about an explosion.
Again.
And of course, Thompson said, well, I have a YouTube channel.
See?
It's for experiments. It's for science experiments. And they went, yeah, really? And they pulled it up, and it's all basically explosions. Hey, y'all, watch this. Except for there was a smaller problem this time. When they tried to do this experiment, he explained that a friend left him with a bag of an unknown powder substance.
Oh,
So
like
they-
Monaco,
Now, sitting
our
here,
friend.
putting the bag on the ground and looking at it, they go, let's
Light
light it
it
up. So sure enough,
They did a couple small tests, a little
The
tiny piles.
ensuing explosion sent flaming particles into the air, which embedded into Burgess's leg and
That was-
arm after burning off some of his hair.
That was the big boom.
And the firefighters at the local fire station say the explosion was so loud they heard it from 5 miles away, so they didn't even really need anybody to call in. So yeah, they're both facing felony charges.
They just went over.
I don't know what the substance is, but I think we should light it.
Now, YouTube is dangerous for people. So isn't Facebook. Now, in Facebook situation, this happened in New York State, and they have a similar law here, by the way, in Utah. So this should be a word of warning to you. The guy jumps on Kevin Thomas, and that's the officer of the animal control people in New York State. And some guy on Facebook just went, "Hey, I got an alligator."
You should
But-
do this picture, guys, because it's so sad.
it-
Got an alligator.
Now, this is the good guys. This is them.
Guys who saved the baby
Take
alligator.
the baby
Good.
alligator, had it in his tub. Feed it by hand.
Our friends at Scales and Tails hate this because they get these calls a lot of times from animal control officers going,
The state calls them.
we found an exotic pet and we don't know what to do with them. And they're like, so they either have to take the pet on or they have to find somewhere for the, like a refuge for the animal to go to. But it's like,
they take the snake or the whatever, and if it's illegal in the state, they are licensed for alligators and crocs. And then they will take care and hold them until it's arranged of where they're going to go, where it's warm and not in a bathtub. You keep an alligator in your bathtub, and they let it walk around the house even though they had dogs. It's like, what if you forgot to feed it?
it must be amazing how many crimes they can solve just by going on Facebook.
Oh, and
Seriously.
especially like they notice things in the background.
Yeah, that's right.
You want a really serious one?
No, let's not do it because I know which one you're talking about. Okay. Because this is the dumb segment, and I want you to go on to this next one because I understand that you wanted a bottle of wine, a nice bottle of wine, and many of us would go to the wine store and thoughtfully peruse the
in
options.
Russia, they do go to the wine store.
Yeah, and this is in Russia.
This is how they go to the wine store in Russia. So what you do is you go to the armory and you steal a tank.
A personal armed carrier.
And he has broken through the front. It's not like he was really trying, though, because, the Christmas tree fell over. But that table should have been crushed. What he's going to do
Why
now
is he carefully moving over the...
Because he loves Christmas.
Okay, not only is he messing around with the Christmas tree, he's going to steal the bear that was attached to the Christmas tree.
Mine as well. You have to have someone to drink with, otherwise it's weird.
Is he aware of the fact that he doesn't have a lot of time?
Well, actually, he seems like he's having a lot. Pretty good. So he goes in, he gets the bottle of wine, a bunch of other people come in and they start taking wine too. Because communists don't have a lot of wine.
That's amazing.
So that's the way they do it in Russia.
You steal a teddy bear from the Christmas tree and a bottle of
Exactly.
wine.
That's right.
Why not?
There's another
Okay.
great story about a reality star.
No,
in
I
Britain.
actually liked this one. I thought
This
she
is
was
cute.
sweet.
So Elizabeth McKenna, and she was the 4th place in the British version of The Apprentice.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's driving along, and of course, if she's on the show, you know that she had a perky thing. But she's driving down the show, happens to have her camera. Watch this.
Guess what I'm doing on Trent Bridge? That's right. That would be me saving the day.
Saving the day. So she
Saving the
basically
day.
chased the goose off the
She's
freeway.
got him off the freeway. I think it was cute.
And of course she's running at the
saving
same
the
time.
day.
That's freaking hysterical.
It is.
Alrighty, hey, coming up,
Hollywood.
Hollywood stuff, and we've got some interesting things that have been happening. And also, there's the first peek at the new Ant-Man movie from Marvel. I'm very excited.
Next.
The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is brought to you by Fink and McGregor, Mortgages Made Simple. If you go to fink-mcgregor.com, you'll find out that you can get a mortgage with a credit score as low as 600. Fink and McGregor, also by the Vein Clinic. If you go to theveinclinic.com, you can schedule an appointment and find out some amazing options for pain-free removal of varicose veins and spider veins. Your legs can look great again with the Vein Clinic. And also by Black Diamond Experts. They're experts in electric, plumbing, heating, and air. And they also have a brand new store up in Ogden now. If you'd like to reach them, you can go to blackdiamondexperts.com.
Did you know you can buy a house with a 600 credit score?
Really?
We have lenders, we have programs, stuff that's come up in the last couple of years. 600.
Wouldn't you have to have like 50% down or something though?
Nope. 3.5%.
Where would you start the process on this?
Well, Fink and McGregor has a website, 4minutemortgage.com. Just go there, fill it out, up and running.
How long until you get back to us?
1 business day. Whole thing takes about a month, start to finish.
Where do you get the down though if you're broke?
It can be a gift from family, relative, significant other, even your work.
Gift, huh?
Yeah.
You know what that makes me wish?
What?
Makes me wish I had friends with money.
We're back. It's the Todd and Erin morning stream here on GetPartDaily.com, and it is the Hollywood Connection brought to you by, oh, so coincidentally, by Connect Heating and
What?
Air. If you go to UtahHeatingandCooling.com, you can contact them there. They're amazing. This is interesting. Ellen Pompeo, she's in Grey's Anatomy. I'm going to be completely honest. I didn't know it was still on the
I
air.
love her.
But isn't she
Give
pretty?
me a moment.
And this is the thing that brought Patrick Dempsey back into stardom, and because
Yeah.
he was like really hot when he got older. But,
Yeah.
And you were very pretty younger. He was too. But you both got like ruggedly handsome when you were older.
Yeah, like hit by a truck.
Don't start.
She,
It's not
no,
true.
she's a great character. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
This is really cool. Now she's the titular character, Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
And he always got paid more than she did. And Ellen said it was really, really frustrating. She said at one point during contract negotiations, I tried to ask for even like $1,000 more than he made, just on principle, and they wouldn't give it to me. And she said it was interesting because when they would negotiate, they would use him as leverage, like, well, we've already got another big star, so if you decide to step out, you know, we got some. And she said it was always so frustrating because there was this leverage, like we got the hot guy, so like we could always like just scoot around you, and it's like,
Oh my gosh.
so it was really interesting. So when he left, when Patrick Dempsey left, she sat back and she just waited for the negotiations like this, and she said, look, I'm not going to be unreasonable. She says, it's my show. I feel that what a lot of actresses feel is, why should I run away from a great part because of a guy? Like, you know, I shouldn't do it. I should be chased away. So she just barely signed her brand new 2-year deal with ABC Studios. She's now the highest paid actress on a TV drama, and she earns more than $20 million a year. Yay for staying power, Ellen. I'm very proud of you.
Good job.
$20 million.
I know we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, I know.
Got to tell you, not a fan.
Why?
I don't know. The fact that he can run at a door and then shrink down and go through a keyhole and then expand himself.
But you know, Paul Rudd is like the only guy who can carry
I like
this.
Paul Rudd.
He was really fun. And Evangeline Lilly, of course, also in the first movie. They're coming back now. It's Ant-Man and the Wasp. They just showed the very first costuming. Look how cute they are.
So one on the left, a girl?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
The only thing I think is sort of weird, I don't get the structured fronts, like
they
pointing out
the fake the
fake pecs.
breastplates and the six-pack.
The breastplates. That's the best way I think you could have ever said that. Thank you.
They're
cool costuming, though.
Yeah, no, it is cool.
But anyway, so yeah, that's not coming out. We don't see that again until next summer, but that's exciting.
I'm not sure. Maybe the girl won't make it happen.
Evangeline Lilly's awfully pretty. You loved her on Lost, remember?
I care about their brains and their hearts. I'm sorry.
Okay,
and their
sure.
breastplates.
That's nice.
Daisy.
Let's go to Daisy at Gephardt Daily Newsroom. She is brought to you by Fink and McGregor Mortgages Made Simple. Just go to fink-mcgregor.com. You can get a mortgage with a credit score as low as 600. And by the Vein Clinic. Go to theveinclinic.com. Make sure you get an appointment and a consultation for the Riverton location. That's my favorite. You go there and it's amazing of the pain-free varicose vein treatments they have that make you look better almost instantly. And by Black Diamond Experts. They are experts in electric, plumbing, heating, and air. You can go to blackdiamondexpert.com. Daisy, my dear, what's going on today?
Thanks, Todd and Erin. Here's what's making national and world headlines on Friday, January 19th on Gephardt Daily. Cold weather and other effects of a winter storm that hit the southern United States this week have killed at least 10 people. Officials have blamed the storm for 7 deaths, but 3 people also died in cold weather after snow and ice blanketed the south. The weather brought icy roadways, school closings, flight cancellations, and power outages for thousands. The National Weather Service issued winter weather advisories through Friday for parts of Northern California, Southern Oregon, Northern and Central Nevada, Central Idaho, and Western Montana. House Speaker Paul Ryan said Thursday budget cuts are putting services members' lives at stake by creating readiness problems in the military. Between those financial moves and threats against national security, Ryan said the U.S. military has passed the breaking point. A potential government shutdown looms over Ryan's comments. Lawmakers are sparring over which programs should be funded in the upcoming year. Republicans want a considerable increase in military spending, while Democrats are insisting on equal increases for defense and non-defense programs. And a British chain store issued a job posting seeking to fill an unusual position that many might see as a dream job: chicken nugget taste tester. B&M, one of Britain's largest variety store chains, announced on its website that it is seeking a chicken nugget connoisseur to taste test the nuggets for its new line of store-brand frozen and fresh foods. The winning applicant will also be asked to give feedback on other products in the line. And time now for a look at your Wasatch Front weather, brought to you by Brio Technologies, Utah's top audiovisual specialists. Storms that start Friday are expected to keep temperatures low through the weekend. Snow on Saturday is likely to stick due to a drop in temperature, so you may need to dig out your snow shovel after all. But sunshine is expected to return on Sunday and last several days into next week. That's it for now. For more news from across the nation and around the world, go to GephartDaily.com. Todd and Erin, back to you.
Okay, and we're back. Good morning, welcome. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, this one? Yeah.
What are you doing it close?
I'm taking a picture of a camera. It's redundant. It drips with irony.
Is that what that is?
No, not really.
Okay.
But that is a camera.
Moving on, Black Diamond Experts. Now, the reason why I like to call them experts is these people do everything. They do residential, they do commercial, but whichever place they show up, they will be licensed, bonded, and insured. And when you say, I've got an electrical problem, they go, I can fix that. They go, I have an air conditioning problem. They go, I can fix that too. They say, what about this plumbing thing? I can totally fix that for you. Could you fix the heater? Yeah, because they're experts in all of those things. They have a brand new store up in Ogden as well now, so they're even easier to get to you. 24-hour service. If you have an emergency, they will come for you. Just go to blackdiamondexpert.com.
Now, is this actual science?
Yes.
Or is this, because this has been a question about, it's about the Aztecs and what happened to them.
Mm-hmm,
They
exactly.
it looks like they disappeared. And, you know, they have all the ruins people go to and stuff. And they had this huge society and they were farmers and what happened, and are you saying that this is the latest theory?
No, this isn't a theory. This is definitive. It started in the university in Germany, and they did this big cadre of scientists around the world, and they said, all right, we're going to give you all the same DNA strains. Let's all go through this and swap through all the different pathogens and stuff that would have been available at the time.
Right.
So they went through all the things, and they started locking things down and going through different molecule change and blah, blah, blah. And this is what they came up with. An epidemic called the Coccolizzi was to blame.
Doesn't sound good.
They found the DNA evidence on the long dead victims. They were wiped out. Listen to this. This is what this thing does. It's a horror disease that caused them to bleed from the eyes, mouth, and nose. They said it was like a very terrifyingly advanced kind of Ebola. It's very similar to that. So it swept Mexico's Aztec nation in 1545. It killed 80% of the population.
Oh my gosh.
80%. It's like the freakiest thing ever.
So this is they found it.
This is what it was.
They found the
Coccolizzi.
Doesn't matter. They're all dead.
Coccolizzi. I'm gonna have to go look
Took
that
them
up.
all out.
80%.
That's amazing.
Just picture all of us standing, then 80% of us just dropped like a rock. And they said it was within weeks. Weeks. Isn't that craziness?
It sure is.
All right, coming up next.
Oh, this is a great story.
Coming up next, we gave you the awful, sad, poor me, rich girl suicide, lottery story on Wednesday. Today we give you the happy, nice, wonderful lottery story, and it's coming up next. The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is brought to you by Fink & McGregor. If you go to fink-mcgregor.com, there's a short 4-minute quiz, and at the end of it, you can find a whole array of mortgage options, and someone will call you back from Fink & McGregor within the next business day. Also by Utah Credit Approval. Go to utahcreditapproval.com because they know that bad things happen to good people, but that shouldn't stop you from repairing your credit and getting a reliable automobile at utahcreditapproval.com. And also all Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. John has 24/7 service because he knows that emergencies can happen any time of the day or night. And right now they have a $69 special to check out all your heating systems to make sure they're working well. Just go to allutahplumbing.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Todd and Erin Morning Stream. Happy Friday.
Now, this is a really cool thing. This is actually suicide.
Hang on, before you do.
Oh, Richard, will you stop it?
Erin eating a cupcake. She said she didn't.
I was trying to protect Todd and not torture him because Nancy, who's our head writer, brought in all these beautiful cupcakes.
And we're on diets.
He's on a diet, so I
and
didn't
you're
want
on
him to
a diet,
suffer.
too. All right, make it go away, Richard.
I hate you.
We got a serious story.
This is pretty serious.
This is a great story.
Governor Herbert signed something into being this week that was really important because it's Suicide Prevention Month. And one of the reasons this is such a painful thing is because here in Utah we have disproportionately high rates of teen suicide.
That's true.
I mean, considerably higher than the national average, and it's to the point where mental health professionals and parents and schools and county workers are going, we don't know why this is so bad, but it has to stop. As a matter of fact, LGBT youth are like, I think it's horrifying, or like even 7 times more likely to take their own lives. Right. So they've started this new coalition, and they're going through a lot of different ideas and working through some different programs, and they're saying we're going to have something. We're going to have something that is going to make a difference by the end of the year. But in the meantime, I wanted to put this up. There's one simple number that you can call, and it can give you into a whole list of services to prevent suicide. If you go to the Utah Suicide Prevention Coalition, you can go to the 24-hour lifeline. It's 1-800-273-TALK. And they can set you up with a myriad of other services, mental health services, county services, emergency services, whatever you need, they can do it just based on that one number. So just remember the Utah Suicide Prevention Coalition.
And what they're doing is they're doing like people did with the homeless situation here. Everyone's sharing resources finally around the country. What worked for you? What didn't work? What was the most cost-effective way? How do you make the program bigger? And I think that's really cool, and I think they all deserve, listening, seeing what has worked already instead of reinventing the wheel.
This is incredibly difficult. I can't even imagine how hard it is to serve on that coalition, but I can't imagine anything more important, especially with our kids.
Yesterday, you told me a story.
That was on Wednesday.
Oh, that's right. And can we show a picture of this winner
the poor
of the
rich
lottery?
Girl.
and it just destroyed me.
She was 17 and she won all these $1 million in Britain, and then she was really sad because she doesn't know if anyone loves her for anything but her money, and she doesn't have anything to do all day except for apparently get more plastic surgery, because there's a lot going on.
I'm
there.
not looking.
But and the best part of all of this is because not only does she have to suffer being the poor little rich girl, she's actually suing the British Lottery now because she feels like they shouldn't have let her win because she was too young to handle her money. So it's their fault, and she's suing them for $50 million more.
Now,
let's do the happy story.
Flip that around. Let's show you the yin to the yang. And here it is. 20-year-old.
Also young.
Florida. Dude.
Aww.
He's a dude. He wins the lottery.
No one heard from him for over a week because he was planning.
Let me go through the process, may I?
Yes, of course.
He picks up $450 million. Matches all the numbers and the Powerball.
Wow.
Mega ball, mega whatever. I'll never know because I'll never win. Number one, he decided no photo, no interview. Smart man.
Smart.
He went and opened an LLC. Smart man. He got himself a lawyer. So instead of breast implants, he got a lawyer.
And an LLC.
Now, he then, it's the 11th largest in history, by the way, of the lottery. He then, after he did that, he, by the way, his LLC, and I don't know why they're giving us the name of the LLC.
That's a huge mistake.
Maybe this is where he screws up.
That's a huge mistake.
007. Named Secret 007. That's his LLC. That just sounds stupid that I just said that for him.
They put it in there.
He did.
I don't think they should have, because that's the point of having an LLC, because it's harder to track. But
all right.
In any case, but this is the cool thing.
Now,
so he talks about.
Okay, he said, He said, I sat down with my dad over coffee and told his friends, just doing regular. Oh, by the way, he took the money all at once. It was like $231 million or something crazy. And then they said, well, what are you going to do with it? And he said, I'm gonna help out my family and help out my friends and see if I can make a difference.
And this is the part
in the world.
But this is the part that's wonderful. They don't put this in the article, but I read in another one. The first thing his attorney did is he actually reached out to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. He said, we want to know more about the malaria program that you're doing in Africa, and we were wondering if we could help, because my client did some research and he seemed like he thought this is somewhere where he could put his money and do the most good.
Make a difference.
So this 20-year-old's not thinking about buying rich girls and big houses and boats. He's thinking about doing the malaria program with Bill and Melinda Gates.
But what do you do when you're 20? Your whole life. I mean, right? I mean...
The fun of giving it all away. We've talked about this.
And you would say, what is my future? Anything you want. What is it? You've got anything you want. You could take 50 people and go around the world if you wanted to. You could do anything you wanted for a 20-year-old. And so far, his brain is in the right place.
I love him. So
very impressive.
Fingers crossed on him, because he looks amazing.
Very impressive.
There's a new way to lose weight, and I think that I should be like a size 2 by now, because this is something I do very, very well. So I'm a little perplexed.
And we also know that Lindsey Vonn, the skier, does this very well, and that is to sleep. Evidently, losing weight, well, that makes sense if you're asleep or not eating, right?
Well, it's actually more than that, because it gives your body a chance to recalibrate and heal itself, and it also gets rid of the stress hormones, the cortisol.
Read that part.
What they're saying is we really need to be looking at sleep as one of those lifestyle factors that can contribute to obesity. Because you may be thinking, I'm so crazy, I work so hard, I don't know how I could be, having trouble with my weight. But yeah, that's because you're not taking care of yourself. She's an assistant professor at the University of North Florida. And what she found out, though, is that people plagued by insomnia who began sleeping more cut the amount of sugary foods they tended to eat. Because what they're finding is people who are having bad sleep habits were eating worse in an attempt to help themselves sleep or to calm down or to relax.
None of the people in the control group changed, but the other people did. And it wasn't a huge amount. It was teaspoons. But the difference, it shows you that there is a difference. But there is science behind it. I love science.
A hunger-dampening hormone called leptin.
Dampening. It's a great word.
Leptin is secreted when people enter the deepest stages of sleep. That's pretty interesting. If you are not getting the correct sleep, then it means your appetite could be instead driven by ghrelin, which is known as the hunger hormone.
Hunger hormone? It sounds like a gremlin.
The hunger hormone.
I know. Well, you know, a lot of the East Coast is suffering right now from cold weather and ice, and a lot of people, I mean, we saw pictures this week of alligators. The water was frozen and they had their noses stuck up and they lived, but that's how they survived. A lot of places are dealing with ice for the first time, and we're going to say
And this
goodbye.
is Virginia, where I never had seen such a thing there ever.
So we're going to say goodbye, and we'll see you Monday morning. Have a great weekend. But this is what happens when you go to work and you live in a place that usually doesn't have ice. See ya.